Jason, in addition to being a podcast producer, puppeteer, you are also a huge Mavs fan. Obviously, they've got the move of the offseason, maybe so far, picking up Klay Thompson. So, what are your feelings on the signing as a Mavs fan?
I I mean, the Dallas signed a free agent that they were going after. I feel like we should hang a banner just for that. Oh, that never happens to us, but we're the most vocal chasers, and finally someone like actually picked us. It's a good feeling. I'm just going to politely point out that this is the first summer Mark Cuban's not involved.
Ooh.
Uh, that's all I'm saying.
Ooh.
But for in terms of the fit, like I'm very happy with it because these sort of like role player roles usually turn out okay for those players, especially playing with someone like Luka, Kyrie, a year ago Dallas had signed Derrick Jones Jr. to a minimum, and I was like, this is our offseason, and now it feels like painful to watch him
Mhm.
walk away. And now we have Klay Thompson sort of stepping into a similar role. The positive is that he should get a lot of open
Mhm.
threes, and I think he's a better. If you were to ask any NBA fan, is Klay Thompson better than Derrick Jones Jr.? I think you'd say yes, and especially given the situation that Luka puts those guys in, I think we're going to see a very good version of Clay. The pessimist in me is like Dallas lost Josh Green, and Luka loves to scream at Josh Green. Man, he loves to scream at that guy, and you can't really scream at Clay Thompson. So there's a part of me that's like, uh, hopefully that makes Luka just scream less in general, but hopefully that goes well because I could just see Clay be like, "Fuck this,"
Why do you think it's so hard for Dallas to get free agents? You know what I mean? It's not a bad city. It's not Oklahoma City. You know what I'm saying? Like, uh,
I think free agency, the way that it's it's orchestrated, it's off of personal
mm,
relationships. How many stories have we heard about Team USA sort of being a
mhm,
vehicle for free agents to get to know each other, and Dallas has always been sort of led by the
Right.
big Euros who don't hang out.
Big
And
married
that's that
Euros.
that
Big
might
married Euros. Yep.
yeah they yeah
Is Luca married? Oh
yeah
wow.
he's married. He had a
I
kid this
thought
year.
Luca be
Yeah.
outside, but anyway.
Um,
Hookah Luka,
no,
man.
I mean,
He
You
be
said what?
outside.
Hookah
yeah, no.
Luka. He's still a family man with it, though.
That's that goddamn. That's a outside goddamn. You feel me? So I feel like he be outside. But anyway, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think that's a huge reason. I mean, I think there's a reason why Dallas, their closest like version of getting a free agent was the DeAndre
Oh,
Jordan
Yeah.
fiasco. Chandler Parsons was the lead sort of recruiter on that, and that's half the reason why he got his contract. So yeah, I think that's mostly why. And I think that missing out on a free agent, this is all now theory, but missing out on a free agent just makes you the next year be like, well, then let's go again. And I feel like they hopefully like this is a weird demon just gone now. We've done it. So we don't have to chase every summer
Yeah.
now.
I'm very much interested in this next step in Clay's career. As a personal fan of Clay, I think he's one of the most interesting
sure.
dudes in the league, right? Just a very interesting guy. I'm really curious about how this happened with the fallout with the Warriors, though. I want to know if there's bad blood or was he just like y'all are cooked,
Yeah.
and this team went to the finals, so I still think I got something in me. So I'm just very curious on that angle. I'm wondering where y'all are leaning on that.
It definitely feels like I mean, there was some reporting about kind of some of that bad blood, and it definitely seems like there were some emotions involved with the contract Draymond got, and then I think the team found themselves in a bad position. Like, we
Predicament.
talked about in the group chat yesterday. That to me, they're in the fan service part of the dynasty.
Mhm.
They're in the like, hey, we're not going to win a championship, but come get season tickets and see Steph and Clay together.
See
So
the circus.
yeah, so I'm kind of
Yeah.
shocked at that, to be honest with you, that it's Steph and Draymond and not Steph and Clay as the like fan service part of it, because I don't think either one of them or even the three of them are getting you over the hump to a championship at this point. But I just was surprised by that. And I think some of the reporting about like, if he was, complaining on the bench, imagine how bad it was behind the scenes. Like, that's a crazy way for the number 2 guy in one of the greatest dynasties in the history of the sport, and certainly by far the greatest era in the history of a team. That's a crazy way for him to go out, walking, feeling disrespected, and then like, yeah, he was being a bitch behind the scenes too. Like, I was really surprised by that, Tyler. I can't really like, I don't know. I was shocked by that. That was crazy.
Yeah,
I think
like
that
all dynasties end ugly, and it's just the common, debate that we have, like how much do you owe to your players who helped build your dynasty? Because if it was going to end ugly, like they should have cut bait after the 2022 reign when we saw that Klay wasn't that guy anymore. It wouldn't have been popular at all with the fan base, but this fallout isn't popular at all either. So it's just you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't when it comes to the finals stages of a dynasty, bro.
Yeah, I'm of them. I'm a little surprised that they're in the fan servicey stage. Like I would have punted on that for sure because Steph to me is still a top guy. He still plays
So
like
you would have
it.
cut bait with
And
Draymond and gone after a full rebuild around Steph.
yeah, I would have done whatever it took to win with Steph. As cool and as cute as the big three is, I mean, cute, that's how you know what I mean. As cool as it is, yeah, Steph is too good.
Yeah.
He's just too freaking good to just be like, and
Right.
here's a nice victory lap. It's like, no, he clearly has still got a lot
Yeah.
in him.
But I feel like they got one foot in 2 different buckets. You know what I mean? It's like, why, like, we were talking about, does Draymond have more of an impact on the court than Klay or whatever? But it's like, Jackson brought up what his presence does in terms of team defensive rating and stuff like that. It's like, but they don't have a team where it really means anything to be top 10 in
for sure.
defense. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
They were still in the play-in. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. But you offered him with the Draymond contract's $100 million, and then you offered Klay like 50. Like,
the number that he took with Dallas was interesting. I think that's because Dallas has a chance of winning, and maybe that, you know what I mean. But
No
couldn't he
state
have got a
tax
bigger?
too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
that
for sure.
factors
But
in.
like, I mean, he won it twice.
We've been
He
saying
wanted,
the state tax thing
you know,
15 years.
but he won it
and
twice
Klay-
as much as that, though. He
Yeah,
wanted
but-
100 million. Like, go ahead.
but
go ahead.
here's the thing, man. They have a progressive property tax in Texas, Klay. You know what I mean? So like, I hope you're renting, bro. But like, the house that you own in California is gonna have the same property tax forever, which is horrible and should not be the case, but it is the case. So we have friends who moved from California to Texas. And they go, fuck the fucking annual property tax. It's like $25,000, bro. Anyway, sorry.
Is that why the houses are cheaper? Like, I knew there was something that
Yes.
balanced that out, where the houses are
Yes.
cheaper because the taxes are a particular way out there. Yeah.
And they actually have I think we somehow talked about this on the pod before. It's actually like a more
talked
progressive
about
tax
all-
policy
yeah.
because as
Yeah.
the house becomes more valuable, you pay more taxes. Here,
Yeah.
that's not the people we bought our house from. The house is worth quite a bit of money, and they were paying like $40 a year in fucking property taxes because they bought it in the 50s. Anyway,
Yeah.
this is why schools need funding. Property tax structure.
Good
And
old
Klay
property
is
tax talk.
Klay
Niggas
is
and
not
Jones.
contributing.
not pulling
So
his
here's
weight.
so as a
Come on.
Lakers fan, I was not bummed out to miss out on Klay, if I'm being honest with you. And I'm like Tyler, I'm a big fan of his, but my haters case would be 2 of the last 3 years under 40% shooting from 3, the history of guys with his injuries moving into their
Mhm.
mid to late 30s. And I mean, it's a little bit of the same thing with the Mavs that it would have been with the Lakers. And it's like, I feel like defensively he's being signed like that. There's a reputation there, obviously, that is a pre-injury reputation. So you sound as much happy to have signed a free agent as you are about his contributions, which I actually understand based on what you were saying. But what is your feeling on what
Yeah.
he's going to be able to do on the court for the next couple of years?
Yeah, I if you watch those Warriors games, I don't feel like their offense was amazing. I thought it was somewhat limiting, and I feel like he's gonna get offensively. He's gonna get way better looks. I just feel like that's the case. Defensively, it's gonna be a little rougher. But I am one of those people. The guy standing in the room, meme, just shouting. Dallas didn't lose the finals because of their defense. I am one of those people that is like, that's overblown, in my opinion. Dallas lost the finals because not a single person could hit open threes in Boston. That was they couldn't score. And the games where they won, their offense kind of looked. I guess they won one game, but you know what I mean. Their offense looked like what it had looked like in Minnesota and in Oklahoma City. I know there's a baseline level of defense that's necessary, but I think that the scoring was as big a problem as anything, and to be able to have a more sort of sound and grounded shooter, again, it's like Luka puts these guys in positions. I mean, that's kind of the funny thing we say in Dallas, that Luka gets guys paid. He puts these guys in positions to look like amazing 3-point shooters. I mean, the amount of guys, PJ Washington, Derek Jones Jr., you would not have said that about them a year prior. And Klay has this whole resume of being a great shooter. So now putting him in this position where guys usually excel, I'm optimistic offensively. Defensively, we'll figure it out. I mean, I don't
think
know.
shooting relies on legs so much, and Clay's legs are gone. You know what I mean? I also believe, like, of those big three, all those games, he took the biggest hit physically, not just because of injuries, but because he was playing hard on both sides. They wanted him to guard the best player, and he was, game 6 Klay at moments. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I like everybody here, Klay fan for sure, bro. I'm just skeptical a guy that's had to play those amount of minutes, on both ends of the court and had those injuries is going to get better at this point in his career, because that's what you need from him. Is to get, to shoot better than he has in the last 2 seasons. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm not trying to, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, but I feel like, but I mean, yes, open threes is what you needed people to hit. You needed, like, people other than Kyrie, or Kyrie to done. Kyrie needed to be himself. Kyrie needed, and he wasn't himself. He had a bad series, point blank.
Fraction of himself.
Half himself would have, for sure. And then, like, it would be better to have, Klay shooting open threes rather than PJ Washington. Forget about what the calendar says. Football season is right around the corner, and that means best ball week at DraftKings isn't far behind. Here's what you need to know. DraftKings Best Ball Millionaire Contest is their biggest fantasy contest ever. We're talking 15 million guaranteed prize pool with that's right, 2 millionaires being crowned for first and second place.
If you're a set it and forget it type, then Best Ball is for you. No waiver wires, no roster management, bigger roster so injuries won't end your season. Only the draft, and that's it. You're set for the season. And $15 million in prize money is no joke. Still not convinced? Check this out. This year, DraftKings is offering everyone a Draft One, Get One special. Your $20 entry fee scores you a bonus ticket.
Get ready for Best Ball Week at DraftKings. Download the DraftKings app and use code Jenkins. That's code JENKINS, Jenkins, for all customers who enter the NFL Best Ball $15 million Millionaire Contest to get a bonus ticket. Only during Best Ball Week. Only on DraftKings.